Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today it will be about, again, practical psychology or practical autodidactics, and my name is Yuri Bessarab. Look, in the previous programs we came to very clear analysis of word movements or movements that we need to produce in order to get the sounds, good sounds in different languages. And then that is the first stage. Today we have to come and start, we need to come to the second stage, which is about word movements, and I will show to you how to do it. Before that, I will just recap very briefly what we did with you for at least six languages. So we consider this. We are now, you know, which movements to make to have almost perfect pronunciation, perfect sound in foreign languages, in different foreign languages. Yes, I showed that to you. Now you know the focusing in every language, in every of those six, and the position of the tongue. These things are very important for us, and we usually start everything with focusing and the position of the tongue in foreign languages. Okay, then I spoke to you about this system of coding that was invented by Valery Kurinsky. So we need to, which allows us to have a matrix through, we used Mozart as an example, but here you already have a matrix. You developed it, and I showed to you how to do it through the code and numbers from 100 to from 1 to 100. We connect these foreign words that belong to that matrix, they connect boats in the port to the moor. So this is what we're doing, and we connect that with paradoxical association. Look, that is very important, because at least for a day, because of this code, because of these numbers, we will be able to keep those words in the moor, in our port. So you already have the matrix, and now it's time to do something more. So, yeah, you have also this, the code that was developed by Valery Kurinsky, so which you can use. And if you remember this sentence, lay pi t Svinome crows, and there are different ways of to pronounce it, to produce it. So this can allow you to code any number into letters, and through letters you just consonants, you add vowels, and you can come to an image, any image that comes first to your mind. So it's time for us to consider or starting to making a first word list. In the book that I showed to you many times, and I hope this is the book, and I hope that you bought it, or you are about to buy. This is a very important book, extremely important. It has 100 times or thousands more things than that I am able to cover in these presentations, in these little videos, because they are very short. Usually I have a training for 2-3 hours, and also there are many individual things. That's why something may seem to you that it doesn't work, but it's just individual thing. So in this book, I call these word lists, I translated as bookmarks. Just remember that these are it's about word lists. So you have the matrix, and this is how the matrix begins. You remember? Lay, pi, or la, pi, pi, ti, shu, view, no, etc., etc. And then I helped you to develop 10 more or so, and then you developed all of them. So this is our port. This is our moor to which we will connect all our words in foreign languages. So word list can be as little as this. You remember? These are my for Spanish, I think. Yes, they can be very small. We can put them into under the into the sleeve, hide, and always very good in the pocket, and always we can have it. It's very handy. These smalls are very small ones are very handy, and they can be also as big as this. You see, it's 2A4, I think, as big as this, but it's for graphic languages. To study graphic languages, there is a lot of graphics and like hieroglyphs, Japanese, and also Chinese. So we come to this first, let's say, first word list. So I will just draw, but you can make it in also in the computer, or you can print it out just for you to have them. So this is the way we do it. Okay. And here we will do it in blue. Okay. So here we put numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., and down to 33 here. And the same here, we're doing the same in your original language. I assume it's English, but maybe some of you are just English speakers like myself, and but you can use it to learn other languages, and your native language could be something else, not English. So here we put also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down to 33. You put all the numbers. Then here we start 34, here also. So we go down 34 and down to 66. 66. Here we start with 67 and 100. The same. 34. You already probably know these numbers. And 66, because you have your matrix. So 67 and 100. 100. So this is what we do. We take a textbook. In this case, I take French. Let's say we will start with French. It will be very difficult for you probably to get Ukrainian textbooks. It's possible these days, but difficult. And in Europe, probably you can easily get some textbooks of French. So I go to any lesson, or let's say, let's start from the very beginning. So I have a lesson, and this is Gaston Moget, French, and here there is we have vocabulary, and we will use these words from the vocabulary. For example, we have the first word, un tableau. So should we write it down or not? I am not sure that we should, because a table, it's the same root as tableau. And by the way, in French there are many words that exist in English also. So let's go to the second word, un couteau, or we can cut, the same root. I don't know whether you see it. The root could be the same. Like in English it's cut, and in French it will be couter, and from couter we have this noun un couteau. Maybe not. We will not write it down. But the next word, un oiseau, and you can write with an article, which not necessarily probably for English speakers, because you feel to put definite or indefinite article. But you can write, let's say, oiseau. Okay, oiseau. Oiseau, and here you write in your own language, or let's say in English, a bird, a bird, bird. Next one, un chapeau. Let's write it down. Chapeau in no, yeah. Let's write it down. Un chapeau. chapeau. It could be a hat. Yeah, hat. So every time you write in foreign language, I show you with the example of French, but also we have Ukrainian, German, Spanish, and also Italian. You do the same. First of all, in foreign language, it will be foreign language. Let's say foreign words will be here, your native and native language words will be here. So chapeau, then manteau. Let's say manteau. Not say, but there is a word manteau, and we will write a coat. It's a long coat in English. So then bateau, yes, we will write bateau. Un bateau. You can write with articles, you can write without. It's up to you because of English, it helps you. So un bateau, it will be a ship. Ship. So, and that's this. That's it for this just one lesson. So we go to the second. Okay. To the next lesson where we have words. Okay. I think I found them. It will be okay. Let's say chapeau, manteau, bateau. D'accord. Étoffe, I don't know, staff, étoffe, whether we should write it down. Okay. Léger. We'll take léger. And it will be light. Light. In terms of weight. Then lourd. It will be heavy. Heavy. Also by weight. Next one. There's papier, but you have paper. You see how we select words. If you see that something we have already in English, or some other languages that we know, so there is no need to write it down. Just because we know it's papier, it's paper in English. Verre. It will be le verre. It will be a glass. It's like a container glass. Next one. Let's say. Okay, I'm looking for the. Okay, yes. We have a word tete, but we know it from English. Tete-a-tete. That's like it's already we know the word, and we need just to clarify that it means a head. So. Next word, four. So it's like English force, so we don't need to write it down. And gauche, or we can do gauche. We can write down gauche. This is right. No, this is left. Gauche, left. Then doigt, le doigt, le doigt, finger, and let's say one more. Let's take dos, and dos, back. Or physically back. So you will continue and working in this style, analyzing whether we have this word in English or let's say in your native language or not. But we work with English, so let's keep it as the base for us. So you go down, and it can happen that for one book like this, there will be new words. We'll make only maybe four word list, maybe 5. So which means that we need to take other workbooks, other textbooks, and from them to write down words from those textbooks. Later on, where to get words for these word lists, and we need to make 30 word lists for every language that we are working with. So we can go to internet and to put in Google search, let's say 3,000 most used or most common words in Spanish or French, let's say in French in this case. And that's why you will go in the same way. You'll analyze words and you will write them down. So the way we work with this, every evening you can switch on some kind of a good, very clever program on YouTube, or you can go to maybe some radio programs, very good. Like for example, France Culture is very good for French, and as a background. And also you can make these. You make these, let's say, for foreign these word lists. Here we have, you will write down 100 foreign words, and here 100 translations to English, let's say. So that will be it for the evening. Then in the morning we need you need to get earlier in the morning before the family comes, because it will require some, let's say, more attention, and it's better not to have any disruption at this point. So in the morning you wake up before everybody else, let's say 2 hours before, or maybe an hour before, and then you just work with this part of the word list, with English part. So that's in the morning. The first thing we do it in the morning, we are working with this. And what do? We connect this word with matrix. You have the matrix. Here we have a bird. In the matrix is la. It's a note. It's a sound. And for me, it could be a trumpet. It could be embodiment of a trumpet, let's say. And I need to connect a bird with a trumpet. So what do? First thing I do, I don't know. What a bird can, if I have these two images, and we need to have only 2 of them. Work only 2 images, don't create more, and also don't merge them together. So we need to have a separate bird and a separate trumpet. And a bird found a trumpet. Maybe that's okay, it's fine. But if, let's say, a bird is playing a trumpet, that's already that's probably already better. So we need to create this paradoxical association with the word in matrix in this case, and we go like this up to 100 words, and we do these associations. Paradoxical associations with the matrix. Then we switch to some other activities, family, coffee. You could listen or learn or do something else, and with it. But in 15 minutes or the latest, in 45 minutes, in an hour the latest, we need to go through this, let's say, English or native language word list. And in this case we don't need to use even the translations, because we will use now you will see how it will work. We need just to go through numbers. I see one, and what is one? I know that in matrix I have a la sound. It means it's like a sign for trumpet. So trumpet, what does it do? A bird is playing on the trumpet. 2, I have something else, a hat, and I associate a hat with connect, or associate a hat with number 2. So in this way I go through the list of English words. If the association is weak, I can try to make it better. But for us the sign, if we associate well, it means that we will feel some kind, we have a feeling. Because a paradoxical connection, association, creates a feeling in us, and usually it's a funny feeling, it's a happy feeling, it's with a kind of smile or laughter. So it's a good sign that we associated well. If something doesn't associate well, we need to repeat it. Also, we need to write here words, let's say nouns, verbs, and adjectives. All other not independent as let's say words, it's better not to write them down because they are very difficult to associate, like pronouns and the days of the week, for example, or months. It will be very difficult, and also we see them so often that we will just use them. We will learn them anyway. So we did it. We went the second time, just checked if we associated well. Then after this, we can start working on foreign words already. And we do this in this way. I go and see wazo. Oui. So I imagine, first of all, I need to tune myself, my speech apparatus, to a French focusing, in this case French, to French focusing. So it's here. And also I need to remember that we keep the tongue in upside boat, which is turned upside down. So it will be flat, like in Ukrainian, in this position, very relaxed. And I tune myself with a bird call or decoy, which is mon cher ami, mon cher ami. I can do it a couple of times, and I imagine that all the movements or vectors of my movements of the speech apparatus are directed into this spot. So, and after that, I look at this, and I imagine my internal landscape, and this speech apparatus, just this spot. So I imagine how I make this produce that word wazo. It will be ua, and for z we need to lift up the tongue and to make it closer to the teeth and give a little bit of what wazo, wazo. So when I imagine the movement on that speech apparatus, that's enough. At that point, next step, I need to look at the number. And I don't look at translations. We don't use this part anymore. We can even turn, like I showed to you, these word lists. We turn them, and we don't use this part with this English part anymore. We just use the part with foreign language. So, and what do I do after this? I look at one, and so this is wazo. By one I have in matrix la, or in other words trumpet. What does trumpet do? A bird is playing on the trumpet. So I know that oiseau is a bird. Then that's enough with this. With thinking about the connotation or the content on translation is over with this. Now I need to repeat in my internal landscape. I need to repeat this word, let's say 20, maybe 50 times with echo. So I say wazo, 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 and I'm trying to listen how it just gets really quiet and almost like disappears somewhere on the horizon. So 10, 15 times, maybe 10, 15, somebody will do it maybe 50 times, but that's enough. We go to the next word, and then next word, the same way. So we imagine how to, with that speech apparatus, we imagine how we produce those sounds. Then through the number, we go to the matrix and understand what it means. This is what it means, get the meaning. And then we don't think about the meaning. Now we need to produce it, to perform it, let's say 20, 30 times. It depends on you. And then we go to the next word, next word, next word, and next word. So you pass through the word list like this, and also it's better to divide it into 4 parts. One, let's say here, where we have 26, I would have 2. Then here where we have 50, I would have 3. And here somewhere when we have 51, 76, I would have 4. So look at this. I divided the whole word list in 4 parts, and now I don't need to work in a linear way the second time on this word list. I can switch to, I can do the first part, then I can do the fourth, then 3, 2, or I can go 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's endless. It provides us an endless opportunity to play with this word list, or in other words, to break a toy, if you remember my previous programs. So this is the way we actualize our interest. So and this is the way we are working. Then we are working with the word list. During the day, you can go through this word list from 3, but not less from 3 to 7 times. Maybe if you want more, please, it's up to you. But whenever we see that we read a word here already in French, for example, we read a word and we already know what it means without going to the number and without to the matrix. It's a sign that we learned the word, and we can play with this through the whole list. That's a sign that we already have this list in, let's say, in ourselves, and that's a sign that there is no need to go through it again. And very important point, we don't memorize. We pretend we don't memorize. We rather perform and we learn. So this is the way it works. I think I told you everything. And good luck, because you need to test it on yourself, and you need to grow this instrument, see how it works. I wish you good luck. Put likes, share it with others. Bye bye.